Yo everybody, it's Vegas. Like my last video, I discussed on my wife's 2023 Grizzly, I was going to do a new airbox and fuel controller and the AIS delete on this. Like I said, I already put the exhaust in because I bought the big three and everything I got was through EHS. The airbox I got was the complete setup. It comes with the lid, and I went with the uni filter on it, but I don't have to modify anything. The air intake tube, they came already cut down, so it's ready to install. And it's a pretty simple job. I'm gonna walk you through it. Basically, it's two 10mm bolts, one on each side of the airbox. The right side, if you're sitting on the seat, the right side's a little bit more difficult to get at, but it's still super easy. And then we're gonna do the fuel controller and the AIS delete when I put the new box in. So let me get it all set up and we'll get this thing ripped out. It only takes a few minutes. I already popped myself a nice 805. So we're ready to get some work done. Let me get the camera set up and we'll start yanking this airbox out. Okay, we're all set up. I'm gonna work on one side, then we'll move to the other. So on this side, we got the one 10mm bolt, as you can see right there. I'm gonna remove the hose, loosen up my clamps on the air boot, and then we'll move to the other side and get that done. So give me 1 second. All right. So first I'm just gonna grab my duck bills. Gonna take this hose clamp off, just gonna squeeze it, slide it back. You may need a little screwdriver since these haven't been taken off, just a little pry. And now it's coming off. All right, that one's off. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up this top boot, which is, this one's just a Phillips screwdriver. Or if you had a little, there we go, that's loose, man. That was pretty loose as it was. Or if you have a little nut driver, I'm not sure what the size is. And then down below this boot, you're gonna have a H4 hex. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that up. There we go. Just get it loose. And I'm gonna take this 10mm bolt off. I'm gonna go the other side, that way I'm not blocking too much. So I'm just gonna reach in here, come to right here, take this bolt out. Might be a little time consuming. Nope, there it comes. Okay, just 10mm bolt. Put that aside, we're going to be reusing it when we put the new airbox in. And the hose we took off right here is where this orange cap is going to go over, and it'll block the unburnt fuel coming back in, and that's what gets you your pops when you let off on the throttle. And so we're just going to put that on. We'll put the hose right back over with a little lubrication, put the clamp back on, and the AIS will be deleted. All right, let me go ahead and move around. We'll do the other side. Okay, we're on the other side. Like I said, these two electrical harnesses, just pop them off. That way you can get right back in there. Now we're gonna start, we're gonna remove this other hose clamp. Oops. Slide that back. If I could ever grab a hold of it. What the? it is. And again, you may need a little screwdriver. That's actually coming off. Okay, that's removed. Now I'll go back to the other side. See if we can get this other bolt off. Again, it's a 10 millimeter. Let me see if I can come in from this side. Well, I can't see it, so. It shouldn't take much. If you lift up on the box, you can probably run the rest of it out with your fingers. Just try not to drop it. Yeah, just lifting up on the box makes it, you can just pull it out with your hands once you break it. Again, put that to the side, you're gonna be using it. Now this airbox should, once you get the clamps out of the way, just come off. Pull this boot up. That's off. All right, let me move the camera a little bit. All right. So now, I'm gonna disconnect the sensor, remove this little electrical pigtail that they have running across that's secure into the boot, and we'll be ready to put the new one on. I'm gonna figure out if it's gonna be better to put the boot on the airbox and try to put it in one unit, or do it kind of the way I took it out. But give me a second and we'll get that out of there. Okay, well I just popped it off. It was super simple. Not sure if you can see it. The exact same boot, and Eric at EHS uses all OEM parts, so all he did was shorten down this part of the intake. That's the sensor that you're gonna have to remove and put it right back into the air intake sleeve that he sent. So I'm gonna get that changed out real quick. Take a couple of these hose clamps off, and this is the section right here where the pigtail of this wiring harness ran through and they secured it in there. So let me get these changed over and we'll put it back in. All right guys, well I got it on, got the boot on. I'm not sure if you can see it. A little bit of a pain in the butt, but it just takes a few seconds. You gotta finger the box, however many fingers you like, because this sleeve has to go over this billet sleeve that's in there. There's a little metal, like a metal section, and this hose has to go over it. So while you're pushing down on this, your finger's inside guiding it over the sleeve. And once you get it in place, lock her down and it'll be good to go. All right guys, let's get this airbox back in. Without filming and moving this like 1998 camera, so I apologize if the footage isn't good around. This will honestly take you 10 minutes to replace. Super simple. Plus I had to crack another beer. So let's get this put in. All right, I'm gonna slide this up in this boot. I'm just gonna put it on the throttle body, and then I'll line the two 10 millimeter bolts up, and we'll get this side started since this is the easiest side. There it is. So that's on. It's basically setting in place. Oops, grab this. Grab one of my 10mm bolts. Lined up. And I'm just gonna get it threaded, a couple of threads. That way it makes it easier putting another 10mm bolt on. Just gotta line it up without dropping it. Put a few threads on that. We're gonna move to the other side, put the other threads, and then we'll tighten it up. Sorry, I had to get it started off camera. I kept hitting the camera, and I got a little pissed off because I dropped the bolt twice. So I had to move the camera, that way I could get my hands in there. But as long as you leave the left side of that box loose, you're able to move this box up and down and back and forward to get the 10mm bolts started. So now that I got them started, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them both down, and then we will work up to the AIS delete. Okay, both those 10mm bolts are tightened down. They don't have to be super tight. You'll feel it when you loosen them up. Just good little snug. I'm gonna go ahead and put these electrical connectors back on. Color coordinated, you can't mess it up. Push it on, and you'll hear the click. Push it on, click. So that is on. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is put on this right size hose. If you can't get it on, maybe a little lubricant, some that's on. Grab my duck bills. There it is. Now remember, we disconnected this off this wiring harness right here at Pigtails. It goes right in the top of this sleeve. Hold on, get 2 hands in there. There it goes, pops right in. All right, I already got this somewhat tight, so both of the hose clamps I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up now before I forget. And then we'll move to the other side and do the AIS delete. All right, both those hose clamps are tightened up. Gonna do the AIS delete. Now, I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Okay, we got our plug. We're just gonna put it right up over this, slide it on. It's like putting on a condom. We already fingered the box, might as well put the condom on now. We're gonna grab our hose. First I'm gonna spray just a little silicone on this. Got the condom on, I'm gonna need some lubricant. Okay. I'm sure this is going to be a tight fit. All right. Let's see if we can work that hose over it. All right. All right. Well, I ran into a little bit of problem. I'm sure I could have got away with it, but I took squeeze clamp that factory came on it, and I didn't want to tear the hose, so I took this off and put a regular hose clamp on it. Doesn't look like it's way, but the boot that we put over is just really compressed. You still got another ½ inch of the metal that it's clamped on. So that's done. We got the sensor back in, so it is completely done. The only thing left is to put the oil filter on, and let me kind of show you if I can. Side, it's just going to go right over that machine piece that he puts in there, and it's going to create a positive seal. We're going to get zero dust coming through here. The air filter is not oiled. I'm just putting it on to show you guys. Tighten it down, and then when we get ready for our next trip, I will oil the filters up and get it going. But that's it. That's I did use a little bit of the silicone just on the outside of that boot. Helped it slip on. You got to make sure you pinch it. If not, it starts to bend. But that's it. If you weren't videotaping this and you're doing this at your own house, 10 to 15 minutes. It took me a little bit longer because of that bolt. Like I said, I dropped it a couple times, but very simple to do. And not a guarantee, but way better setup than the stock air filter system. I'm not going to worry about dust at all. Plus, we clean the filter before every ride, and then when we go up there for a few days, I bring a spare filter and I switch it out, depending on how dusty the conditions are. But all right, guys, in my next video, I'll be putting the fuel controller on. That's really simple. And then also I got the Yamaha box. If you guys want to see how that is installed, again, that is really simple, but I can show you because right now it's just sitting on the back. I haven't even touched it. So, all right, you guys, have fun, ride safe, and live life, boys.